Attitude elsewhere.
Where do I
You
get this?
better take it out of here right now, or you're going to go back there. Attitude elsewhere.
Where do I get
You
this?
better take it out of here right now, or you're going to go back there. Ma'am, we had an issue kind of the last time, I guess. What's the issue? Do you see the ledger?
No, I don't have it, but I think that's what she's talking about, that $40 she's talking about.
Yes.
That extra $40 because I already paid them that. I came into the office for up. She checked, she had overcharged me over $100. Took that off. She noticed that I still owe $10 for 4 money orders that I had bought in. So I had to go get her a money order for 60, I want to say $64 and some change. And for some reason on the ledger, it's still on there as I owe for 4 money orders.
Your Honor, the $40 I'm referring to is not the $40 she's referring to. It is a $30 late fee assessed on April 21st and a check payment surcharge that was based on the $1,000 payment from April 21st. The surcharges that Ms. Tubb-Streeter is referring to are the ones that are on the ledger that Your Honor has. They're from March 4th. And as the court will note, and as I indicated last week, they're not on there twice. They are only on there one time.
I didn't say they were on there twice. I said I already paid it.
When did you?
So why would I be paying it again?
Well, when did you pay it?
I paid it to her last month. I have the money orders at home. If I'd have known, I'd have bought them. Like I said,
She's the one that raised
So-
the last time, Miss.
but you said that you was getting a ledger. I don't.
Your Honor, I'm not sure what she means by she already paid them.
I
For
don't
their-
either.
Look,
For
is there-
a charge to be paid by her, it has to be on the ledger. So you're dropping off a payment for $62.40 because that's what you say that the manager told you to pay, doesn't mean they're not going to report the applicable charges to the ledger. They have to even out.
You know what? I ain't even gonna deal with it. It's my fault. Next time I'll just make them write what I'm paying for because I know what I paid for. And I know what I shouldn't be paying for again, but again,
Well, ma'am, are you saying there wasn't a payment? That the payment? I see the $40 in March, attached on March 4. You're saying you already paid those, and I'm trying to figure out where you would have paid them. Because, and the reason I'm saying that is it can be on your ledger, but whatever you paid in would also be reflected on the ledger.
it should be.
So
But just like
are you
overcharge,
something's not, are you saying that there is a payment you made that's not reflected on?
absolutely. Absolutely. It's if you see the $65 money order with 60 something dollar money order on there, that's what the $40 was included at. At first, she told me at first it was just $30. But at that moment, I was bringing her in another money order. So she told me that I had to add $10 more to it because I was going to purchase another money order. So that made it $40 in money order. So that I had to pay them.
So how much was the money order that you paid them this $40 for?
Oh, Lord, I don't know how much the money orders were. But the one that was included where it was like 60 something dollars where the $40 went into for the money orders. I guess I owed them like 20 something dollars still.
Your Honor, what I suspect
to that-
happened is that when Ms. Tubb-Streeter went in originally, she went in with 3 money orders, one for $1,000, one for $301, and one for $870. And when she gave those to the manager said, paying by these 3 money orders means you're going to incur a $10 surcharge for each of these payments, meaning you owe $30. But if you're going to pay for that with a money order, that money order is going to incur a $10 surcharge, meaning that's where the $40 is coming from. But my client verbally telling Ms. Tubb-Streeter that those charges are due isn't the same as putting them on the ledger. Every charge that she incurs goes on the ledger. A verbal statement is just giving her a heads up that these charges are going to incur when these payments get applied. If I'm misstating that, Ms. Tubb-Streeter, please let me know. But that's what I'm surmising from what you're telling.
Yeah, I see exactly
Mm-mm.
I,
I just rather just.
ma'am, I'm just gonna tell you this. No, if you raise it and if there's a problem, I'm gonna find it. But what I think where you may be confused about, I get now what happened. You brought in those 3 money orders. They told you there was going to be a $10 surcharge, that you were $20 short. Now I get what you were saying. You were actually going to be about $22.40 short. They tell you that there's going to be this $10 charge, right? You go and get another money, and plus you're going to get another money order. You're going to get, so you bring them back another money order, basically, presumably all happening at one time. This is all transacting on the 4th for $62.40. They put those all on your ledger on the payment side. So you paid everything. You then paid when the 40 went in, you then paid it. But when you're saying you're charged it again, you're not charged it again. I don't see that. I see that what happened on that day, you did exactly what they said. But if you look, I'm just going to circle them because I don't want you saying that they did something to you because I don't see it. You can hand that to. That's the ledger. And look at those 8 transactions that I've got there, right?
Mhm.
And one's 1,000, the 300, and then there's another payment, and then the 62.40, right? It shows all of those payments. So you put the 40 in that last money order, the 62, whatever. That's exactly what you said. But they didn't double charge you again because on your ledger, all that's occurring on the same day. They put the $10 in for those 4 money orders. So everything right then got paid.
Okay.
What?
Okay.
All right. So I don't see it. There's 1,044 left. I don't.
It'll be paid by Friday, Your Honor.
What, this Friday?
Well, I'm sorry, no, the 30th.
You can pay it by this?
Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
Okay.
Here's what I'll do.
One more thing, because I'm having a problem. Reason why I have to keep paying for these money orders because for some reason I can't get into their system, or when I need to make a partial payment, I can't. Like when I just made this payment, now I owe them $10 again because it wouldn't let me pay the $1,000 online.
And is that it's usually because of some issue,
Your Honor, the system just doesn't, there's no mechanism in the
except
system
partial payments.
to do the
Right.
partial payment.
Right. The system doesn't accept partial payments at this place. So I get that. So what date can you get? You think you can get it paid on the 30th?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do this then.
That's Wednesday, right?
Pardon?
Wednesday, right? I said that's Wednesday, right?
The 30th is Thursday.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but you're trying to give yourself leave, but that's fine. I was just thinking of how I was going to do this. I wasn't going to adjourn it out, and I'm not going to. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grant a judgment for possession. And it was 1044.40.
0.40.
All right. I'm going to grant them a judgment for that amount. Okay. And I'm going to indicate that the judgment can be a little bit weird, but I'm going to do it this way. Judgment won't issue until the 1st with a writ date of the 4th. So it only seems like 3 days. But here's the reason I'm doing that. If you get that in, they're going to dismiss the case. Okay. But I don't want to adjourn it out until the 8th because then if you don't pay it, there's going to be an issue.
It'll be it.
So what I'm trying to do here is you pay that by that time, they're going to dismiss it. If you don't pay that by that time, I'm letting the time run for what would be an order of eviction, but if you get it paid, if you don't get it paid, they can enter a judgment, and then that Monday they're going to get a writ.
Don't worry about it.
And I don't think that's going to happen. So I just need to explain to you what I'm doing. All right. Thank you, ma'am.
And
No, she
she gave me a copy.
she gave you the new. Okay, then I'll take that from her.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Hmm. Northville Estates versus Jessica Monard.
This one's gonna be a dismissal, Your Honor. Let me double check and make sure I'm not making that up, and I'm pretty sure I got approval to dismiss that one.
All right. This case is dismissed. That's without prejudice. Northville Crossing versus Laura Vinton.
And Your Honor, this, I don't expect Ms. Vinton to appear. Excuse me. Your
This
Honor,
is your
the motion. Yeah,
Or-
we had,
plaintiff's petition for disposal of the whole home. I'm saving you some words here. Okay, Mr. Orbis,
I
I've read the
appreciate that.
petition. Everything in that position is correct. Is that correct?
There is just some additional notes, Your Honor, that I just wanted to bring to the court's attention.
Go ahead.
There was a lien, we verified a lien, but it's been released by 21st Mortgage. So that particular party in interest is no longer in effect. And Your Honor, there was a second individual on the title. Leslie, I believe was the name, Leslie Vinton, but Leslie Vinton is deceased. And the title work that we verified with Michigan Secretary of State indicated full rights to survivor. So Ms. Laura Vinton is the only party in interest to this manufactured home, and we've attempted to locate her and serve her, and she is not here today. So we would request entry of the order that was filed with our proposal.
All right. And the order is granted. The order that was submitted to the court, I've signed now.
Thank you.
Thank you. Morrisville Crossing versus Jennifer, is it Kramer? Oh, okay. Jennifer Kramer and David Doble. Your name, sir?
David Doble, Your Honor.
All right. And where are we on this case?
With costs, Your Honor, $1,991.59.
All right. And sir, did you get the well, today's the 24th. Were you going to pay the 1,000 today?
I did not get help from my girlfriend's mother, like it was stated, so I guess I'm gonna have to just make these honest efforts myself. I submitted a proposed payment plan to Ms. Dornbush. But I have $600 I can pay today, and that's included in the proposed payment plan. I also sent it to Ms. Weedling. I didn't know if that was the correct person to send it to.
Your Honor,
Yeah, okay.
I received an email from Mr. Doble at 2:25. I just opened his proposal. Your Honor, this indicates a plan through July that I unfortunately don't have any
Authority.
authority to grant, unfortunately. I mean, if he wants to run it by my client, he can certainly do that. He wants to talk to them about it, but just historically, this isn't something that they would normally agree to.
All right. So let's see. 16.
Now the pressure is real. The judge lays out a strict payment plan, giving one last chance. Every date, every dollar matters, one mistake, and it could lead to eviction. In this moment, the courtroom feels less like law and more like real life.
All right. Okay, sir, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to find no tribal issue. I'm going to grant their judgment, but I'm going to try. What I'm doing, sir, is locking in this figure. I understand the circumstances that you're in. Okay, so I'm going to do something a little bit different. you need to pay. So I'll grant them the judgment with a writ to issue, and I'm gonna say, you gotta follow my dates here, May 4th, okay? If defendant pays the $600, then the writ date's extended to May 8th. Got that so far, sir?
So $600 by May 4th, I'll be able to pay the
You know,
600
you gotta pay
today.
600, you said you're gonna pay $600 today,
Yes, all right, making sure I'm on track. Yeah,
8th of the 4th, but if you pay that $600, then the writ date or when they could move to evict you is going to be extended to May 8th. Okay?
yeah,
If defendant pays $700 on May 8th, then the writ is extended to May 22nd. All right, now I'm doing this all over the objection of plaintiff, but you see what I'm doing? I'm getting the first part of your payment plan that you're paying that and you're going to pay the judgment. So you're going to pay the judgment off, but all of these figures that I have here don't include your May rent.
yeah,
I'm just giving you a way to pay this amount off, and extra monies or whatever that you can put forth to May rent, you got to get May rent paid.
yeah.
You follow me?
Yes, sir.
All right. So I'm going to do it that way.
Your Honor, what was
and
the second payment? I'm so sorry, to extend it to the 20, I'm sorry,
the
was it the
second
22nd?
payment of $700? If he pays that on May 8th, that extends the writ to May 22nd.
Okay.
The first payment of $600 gets him to the 8th.
And then the additional 700 that's 1,300, but it doesn't pay off the current balance. Am I missing a payment in there?
Yes, you are actually. And then he's
Hello?
got to pay $700 on the 22nd.
700 on the 22nd.
Yeah, that's what's going to end
May
up
20.
happening.
Got it. Okay.
So he'll be paying that, but none of this includes May rent, but that gets him to the 2,000, pays that off, and he's got to figure out how he's going to get his May rent paid.
So he's going to pay the 600 today. That extends to May 8. On May 8, if he pays 700, then he's got until the 22nd to pay the remaining 700. That's due on the judgment.
Exactly.
Got it.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
if he does that, then the court is considering this resolved, and my client would issue a new demand for May, or is the court
Yes.
requiring him to pay May?
Right. Well, I'm not going to order him to pay May because I don't know. When would you have May rent, sir? See, I just don't. I think he's going to have to work something out with plaintiff, or they're going to have to file a new case. Because the numbers I see here, I can't work out within the month of May, and I'm not going beyond that.
Yeah, it wouldn't. Yeah, it would have to be. I'd have to figure it out. I had it in the payment plan. It looks like I would still be behind to the end of May about $800, $811, and then and that's on
Yeah.
the
So,
second.
all
And
right, Mr. Noble, I realize what you were working with because you kind of explained it the last time. I get it.